Welcome back to Popes and Pylons. Let's play some more Europa Universalis 4. We're playing as Genoa, and one could think, looking at this Genoa, that we haven't done really well. I mean, there's a lot of Italy left. That's disgusting. Look at this Kraken-like structure. But we had other things to do. We have a custom achievement on this competition in which we have to, for one, keep Genoa the most powerful trade node in the world, and it is. Can't even see how much money there is being made here. Well, I can see the money being made. I don't get to see the trade power. Anyway, lots of money being made. Lots of money. And so this is fine. We don't get to meddle in any colonial things, overseas affairs. So all this nice chunk of money that's coming out of overseas is not ours. We can't touch it. But that seems to also be fine. We have to keep all that charade up. Oh, it's called a charade. Until we grab all of India for the Master of India achievement. And there's a whole bunch of other rules, all of which you can find down there in the doobly-doo. We are at war with the filthy Hormusians, and they actually came out of Hormuz here and attacked my straight guarding troops. Because I moved all my cannons away and I don't have a general here. I'm sure this will be fine. Meanwhile, we're just beating up Bahman is something fierce, as they deserve. The bully of India. Look at these folk. I mean, how dare they bully all those poor Indians around? It's time for us to liberate them and bring them into a nice, friendly trade empire. At least that's how I see it. How can that be wrong? Get over there. Get going. Siege. We did win the Battle of Moghastan. Didn't look so good for infantry there. But what counts is that we pushed these folks out. I mean, they ran at a good time and all that. We can't cross here because they actually have a fleet and I can't get a good fleet over here. We're not really supposed to be building a high seas navy. And sure, I could build a bunch of galleys and they would even do well in the Persian Gulf. And if I had realized how much of a thorn in my side Hormuz would be, I might even have done it, but I've never done it. Oh, I've also been capped on dips since last episode and I didn't fix it. Whoops. Let's go and have a look at cheaply developing things, then ignore all the things that I kind of don't want to develop and find something that is actually really expensive, but I suppose kind of okay. Like Tessaglia? Yeah, I mean, sure. How is that Ragusan Trade Company power looking? Because I don't want to lose my... I think it's the bulk company, right? They're at 68%, so they can take some development. There's a Ligia here. It'll be alright. Put in all that dip. Onto that mill. And keep going. Now ideally, we could be piecing out the what do they call themselves? The Hormusians. So that we can take a giant piece here. And there's a chance that we can, because we do get to take this fort. And thereby we actually generate some war score against them. And they should not be particularly happy about this war in general. But the last few times that we got to the situation, they weren't really all that willing to peace out at all. Also, I'm already regretting splitting up my troops this much. Not because it's bad for the war, but because I'm gonna have to figure out where they belong after the war. And remaking your stacks is just such a pain. It's not really a good way to do it. Not even conform to template, which is kinda... Yeah, at least it looks as if it's supposed to be what you use for it. This doesn't really work particularly well. Because as soon as you have an army that... If you have an army that's just too big, on all units, so you want a 20-10 stack, say, and you have a 25 and 12 stack, You can just hit conform to template, it will detach the units that are too big, too many. That's fine. That works fine. But if you have, say, you want a 2010 stack and you have 22 and 9, it will detach the 2 infantry and build another cannon. Which often is not what I want. I just want to, but the cannons are in some other stack. Another castle somewhere. Lose some money, who cares? Anyway, that's kind of my gripe with conforming to template. Conforming. It's just that it doesn't really do what I needed to do. So I don't use it. And so after every war I have to manually clean up my stacks again. Which, when you have a lot of troops, is a bit of a pain. Especially when attrition also comes into play. And mercenary stacks, which you don't get to merge, and all that jazz. Let's get you to Gingy. Don't detach your cannons. Another tiny little gripe I have with the game. And its UI. It's not that a detach cannon button cannot be useful. It's that it should not be on the confirm key. Alright, your mercs. You can just sit in some not very highly developed place like Gerd. You could take that last place and eat up into Dotti. I'm already trying to separate my folks a bit in such a way that they will be somewhat sort outable once the war ends. No place you can actually sit. Let's go to shrink up a 10. That is that sort of place. Detach some more cannons. There we go. Get you south. That's 42,000 Bengalese. They're just crying to be eaten. Who's my big boy? Andrea, right? Yeah, let's get Andrea in here. Do a bit of a crunching of some Bengalese. I don't need to do this. But boy, do I want to do this. Bring the reinforcements. They're gonna run. Decent kills already. They shouldn't have anywhere to run though, and they should die over here. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. Nice. Now, how does Hormuz feel about their power level? Maybe you're interested in a separate piece. You're not at all. Okay. Well then, once again, we're gonna have to peace out without being able to get the Hormuzans out of the war. Then I'm still waiting for those cores, so I suppose what we do is we go and first of all find a place for you to stand, which is clearly impossible. It's a pretty big army, I'll admit. It's too big. Not by much, but by a bit. So let's make you at least normal sized. And at this size, you should be able to find a place to sit. Get everybody out. Start sorting them out while we wait for the cores to come in. The reason we declared war this early and didn't wait for the cores to come first is that there's a large coalition going on. Not as in huge. Go ahead, bot. I mean, it's not like a very scary coalition, but there are 1 million people in it. And that's a lot. And I would kind of like for Bahmanis to not be part of that coalition, so when I attack Bahmanis, they wouldn't all jump on me. Like the vultures they are. Alright, these stacks, how are they looking? Not like insanely good. Definitely want to grab one of these cannons. One of these cannons as well. Might as well keep the front line. It's not a great front line, but 36 is fine. And you are another set of cannones. And you do include about a front line, folks, but that's also a ton of cannones. Maybe I just have more cannones than I kinda think I desire. This stack leaves cannons to be desired. This one is fine. This one is mercs. Okay, so you kind of want at least 7 more cannons, which I should find in here. You also don't mind a bit more front row. So adding this there takes care of the cannons, and then I'm just gonna add these for the front row. Might be a bit high then, but kind of fine in general. What about you? 23 folks, but not really a idea of what to do. Get you out, and you are mercs. Soon. Okay, that war score is gonna be fine without Hormuz. Let's not take a ton of attrition here. Do you want to leave, Hormuz? No. I really don't. Okay then. That's 40. Kind of perfect. Your halvish stack. Everything else is kind of okay. I think I'm fine with this. Not too bad on the sorting out. Portugal did get one Bonoman. Oh, that's great for me. Bonoman is in the coalition against me. It's not. It doesn't really matter. I doubt that the attack on one of those folks will make the coalition crumble. But hey, a man can dream, can't they? Now I think I can take every single province dip free. But some of these I have claims on. So what I want my peace deal to look like is at least all the ones with the claims. Which are all over the place. I mean, not too surprisingly. And that already gives me 88% overextension. Gee whiz. What about some sense of trade? Eugene here. Do I have a claim on Eugene? I can't, I do. I can't and I do. Anything else? Golconda. Badar. Maybe Cananor and Goa. No, I have Goa. I also have Cananor. But uppercut here, Calicut. So there's a few. Calicut, maybe Badar. Speed to 112%, which I don't like. So maybe just Calicut and something that makes things slightly less border gory, like this. 99.5% overextension. It seems so very little. Are we taking here? It's gonna be a few wars. Absolutism would be a nice thing to have. Not gonna lie. Let's develop Gallipoli. Nothing ever went wrong, Gallipoli. Bunch of cores. Alright. That should bring us to no overextension. It does. So our governing capacity is so bad. I built all these buildings and it's still so bad. Did it say how much I get from buildings here? No, I think it just reduces cost, right? It doesn't actually give you gain. It's not too bad. The core creation cost doesn't go utter nuts, but it's not great. So if I do this, only thing I'm interested in is the Commonwealth. It's not on this list. So whatever. 99.5%. Sure. I'm not going to break the alliance to Hormuz. I want to come back as soon as possible. So we take the shortest peace deal possible. That makes sense to me. I demand. It does give me some satisfaction. So there. I hope we can have the reputation sabotage thing go away at some point. I did, I started some anti-spying thing, whatever it's called. You know what I mean. Spy defense thing, I don't know what it's called. The thing that defends you from being spied against. Oh, did I just take this? Yikes. Shouldn't have done that. It doesn't break our rules for the achievement, but it breaks a soft thing that we're asked not to expand via the sea. If we can also expand via land. I didn't mean to do this. It's because of my, well, two things that I did. It's my fabricate claim, just looking for the highest development thing. And then in the peace deal, not checking for whether the land I was taking was actually connected to mine. It's a dumb thing. I shouldn't have done it. Next war, we're going to focus on merging this up. And that'll have to do. I don't see how else to make up for it. I do really not like the fluctuation in mercenaries, but this is actually a new one. I can't complain about a new merchant. Can't complain about a new one too much. Probably want to steer somewhere around here. Bangle's going the right direction. I mean, I could steer in here. I have a ton of power. It's just not a lot of money. Any other place? Could maybe use my multiplication powers. Powers of multiplication. Doesn't really seem like it. The steering here in Germany is kind of bad anyway. Yeah, I suppose we're just steering from Deccan here. And there's only one way to go. It's really not going to do much. Oh no, there's two ways to go. I could technically go south. Which might be worth it actually. Because almost all of the money from Coromandel is going in my direction. Yeah, the multiplier is probably not going to be worth it. I have stuff to add to the trade company, so let's... I just bought a bunch of stuff, so bought. Some people might call it stealing. I call it buying, because we're honest traders. And... I'd like you folks to leave that coalition, not enter it. Not gonna ban the publication, why would I? That's more money flowing at least. It's not gonna make a huge dent in anything. But hey. Alright, what is my focus as I stop slumping down in my chair, hopefully? Yeah, I mean, we call the things and we come back, right? We try to keep making more spy network here as soon as we're allowed to in February, which is a long time. Might as well spy on Orissa. Oh, I should have broken the Bengalese protection of Orissa. That... not Bengalese, Bahmanis. That wasn't super smart. As wasn't this. And VJ, are you also protected? No, you were what? Something wrong with VJ. Oh no, you are guaranteed by Barmanis. And they are following that guarantee. Oh, the interesting thing is if I do one of these attacks, then I actually get to cut down the Bahmanese piece, don't I? 1711, we have a 12-year truce. If I just declare immediately, I can make that a 5-year truce. It will stop my coring until I piece out the Bahmanese. But I might be able to piece them out quite quickly. It's very tempting, isn't it? Just start the war in VJ and Orissa. And try to just white piece out the Bahmanese as soon as possible. Which should be very soon. I think I'm into it. Considering these calls for a moment. What's the worst that could happen? Let's declare. Go. I'm gonna co-belligerent Orissa, I think. They bring in Gawal, which is their problem. Actually, I could co-belligerent them too, if I declared on Orissa. Right? 12th October. I'm gonna wait for the 12th October. Fine. My armies are not gonna be quite in the right position, but that should not be a problem. Declare co-belligerent Gawal and Bahmanis. Double check that you have no other friends. You do not. Did I say Bahmanis? Not Bahmanis. Gawal and VJ. Take capital Ganjam. Go with that Ganjam style. Grab ourselves somebody. Somebody? Oh, I have people available. Q. March on that capital. And you... Let's march on this place. You... Let's march on that place. Idea here is to get the fastest possible crunching of them so I can continue coring. And only worry about the rest later. What are we looking at fleet-wise? Probably a bunch of heavies, yeah. Once we beat up the Bahmanese, the numbers are going to look a lot better on those heavies. Which is good. My subjects. Everybody just, I don't know, go siege focus. Take something down, whatever it is. Go there, go there, go there. I'm kinda into not spending a lot of effort to split up my armies here. So that I then don't have to spend a lot of effort regrouping my armies. It's not the most efficient thing to do. But it will save me a lot of... gripe is not the right word, but... You know, unhappiness. And I do like not being quite as unhappy. It's like my wildest dream. Be slightly less unhappy. Also detaching cannons with the C button, that's also a very big dream. Love it. Just gotta. Yeah, just got stuff. I don't know how many sieges we're gonna need to piece out the Bahmanese, but probably not a lot. What with them having no army and getting medicked all everywhere. Enlightenment, where did it spawn? That's not my place. Burgundy. It should be spreading really quickly, right? I think it spreads in university countries. 0.77 per month. 2, yeah. I'm not gonna... Oh, it's tempting, but no. I'm very tempted to use the edict in my capital. The spread edict. But I will not. I will use it here. And I might use it here. Then maybe it spreads a little more evenly. Seems reasonable. Technology-wise, though, we should definitely take these techs. Ooh, we get more governing capacity. Very nice. We get counting houses, which are just so much money. Let's have a quick look-see. First, and more town halls. Any upgrades to do? You do. I think these 197s are not upgrades. Then anything with more than one building slot. It's a town hall. Thank you. Then counting houses. I want all the upgrades. What's the normal price for a counting house? 3 something. The reason I'm looking for upgrades is that I don't want to waste those building slots. But I certainly do want to invest the money in all the places that already have one. Because it doesn't cost me a building slot. It's a lot of places, apparently. I may have built a few workshops in my time. Gee. Keep on going. There. Wow. And they're good ones we could build, but I'm not like utterly into it. Well, maybe a bit. Alright. Some tiny bit of investment in the future. Of which hopefully there won't be so much. I'm doing one army split here, which is going to be a straight return to your folks. Just to murder some VJans. How do you feel about that piece, Bahmanis? Almost there. And really, we only want a white piece here. We don't want anything else on them. So... actively, we don't want more than a white piece. One siege will do. Mamluks are no longer a valid rival. Actually, on paper, that's very good. Not because we just started or loaded the game or anything. Down goes Mandla. This should be the Bahmanis done. And they are. White piece, merely for themselves. 5-year truce. Groovy. Now, get unblack flagged and then get thyself into VJ land. Same here. Get yourselves unblack flagged. And you... I don't want you in the north. And that seems fine. Oh, you're not moving. You want to go there, and then maybe... You might just not want to go. Just go there. Oh, cotton country somewhere. Didn't see where. We're not going to get cotton country because that would require us having absolutism in decent numbers, which we really don't. It's not good. We're a sinner. Kalmyk is a vassal of the Great Horde now. I don't know what a Kalmyk is, but clearly they're not very powerful. Let's bring the 2 deckers, we should be fine here. Down goes Tiran Valley. Let's take Madurai, let's take this place. You are not unblack flagging, so I'm not going to use Velanadu. I'm really still unhappy that I even have it. My mistake. So maybe I don't keep this guy then? Could re-elect. I mean, I could elect somebody else. Nah. Why elect a new guy when you can keep the old guy around? That's what my mother always said. I don't know why, it seems like a really weird thing for a mother to say, but it certainly isn't anything she ever said. Well, I can't say ever, can I? How would I know? I don't find it particularly likely that that's the thing that she said. Let's put it that way. Do I have anybody here dealing with this stuff? Can't be Gawa just yet because I still have my cores to do somewhere. There they are. Oh, Calcutta is actually somebody's, probably VJ's core. So that coring is not progressing. Half-price artist. What? Powerful. I think I actually not take Vani there. I mean, sure, the enemy is hiding from me. They don't feel like battling my fleet. But that's a decent fleet. I mean, they might have no tech. And old boats. But it seems kind of risky to send them out in case they're just too dumb to understand that they shouldn't be. They should be attacking me there. Also, I was too dumb to see this happening. My subjects captured, almost getting medic there. We're not relying on any subject sieges anymore. So you folks can go back to doing like whatever. Which should include defending your homeland. Katsina leaves the coalition, which makes a lot of sense. Let's go take... I can't go take Chittagong. Well, I can, but it's a lot of work. Do I care? I don't need to take control of Chittagong, even if I want to take it, which I don't know that I do. Are you part of India? You're not. Okay. Orissa, you will be allowed to live. In a way. If you can call that living. There with these folks. And we're going to go deal with these folks. And, I mean, do all this. Yeah. Go ahead and recruit some troops to defend your homeland. That's a good idea. Very, very useful. The Spaniards with military access, sure. Beat up those Africans who are trying to build coalitions against me. I mean, come on. Now what we're gonna do is mourn the death of Andrea de Busca for one. But mostly we're gonna put a cut in here. I shall thank you so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, then hitting that like button is surely not the worst thing you could do. Same goes for the subscribe button. You know, if you're not subscribed yet, that thing is there to be clicked once. In the exact situation in which you're not subscribed, it is there to be clicked. Otherwise, it is there to be admired and to maybe hit the bell next to it. Anyway, thank you for watching, and of course, always do talk to me in the comments in case I didn't say that, which I don't think I did. I enjoyed so very much. Thank you for watching. See you folks next time.